on this episode series, I share with you how I'm scaling my cleaning business to 7 figures. We've been at 6 figures for way too long, and it's time to move up. It's a challenge that I've been neglecting for about the last 2, 3 years. And just last year, I realized, like, hey, I actually need to put my energy and focus into the work that I'm avoiding. I was doing real estate for the previous 3 years. Started doing that in 2019. I started off doing Airbnb arbitrage. For those that are familiar or not familiar with it, rather, it's when you rent out a home from the landlord and then put it on Airbnb. Crushed it, made thousands of dollars doing that, but unfortunately, I ended up losing that Airbnb. I was motivated and inspired to get right back into real estate because the reason why I lost is because I didn't own the property. So, regulations caught up with me. And while I was doing the Airbnb, I was doing my cleaning business, cleaning carpets, windows, house cleaning, those type of things. And I really just got lost in the sauce, I guess you can say, because I took a lot of the funds and a lot of the resources from the cleaning business, leveraged myself to get into real estate and fully get into the room, learn the space. But I didn't realize how much I was taking from the racehorse that got me to where I was and got me winning races and things like that. I was depleting it. I was really hammering it down. So just last year, I realized, let me turn this thing around. And here we are today. We've been crushing it. We're hitting our records. And I am excited to share with you some exciting news as to how that is going, how the whole process has been. And I'm documenting it here on the channel. I just got done with a bid that I'm doing for this nasty hoarder house. That's what you see on the thumbnail. Ugh, I had to put my hand sanitizer on right when I got back into the car, man. I was trying to not touch anything, like using light switches. I'll share with you the images on that if you want to. Just let me know. We'll see if we win it. But definitely going to price that on the higher end because it's rough. It's rough. The movers are going to be coming tomorrow and trashing out everything. But yeah, I wanted to share with you guys that this whole journey as to how it's been. The date is June 19th, I think. And this week we've actually broken another record for the month of June. We're already at $29,000. Please like, share, subscribe. I appreciate it. Hey, what's going on? Let me know where you're coming in live from. But yeah, we hit another record. We're at $29,000 in revenue right now, and we still got a lot of leg room to go. And during this week, it made me realize some things that I was challenged with, and it's a common thing that you're going to go through when you're in business, especially as a new entrepreneur, new self-employed individual. When you start naming your prices and people that are like leads, not even customers yet, beat you up on that price, really stand firm on that price. And if you cannot stand firm on that price, you have to think to yourself, okay, what is the value that this person is getting? What is the result that they want after we're going to do our exchange? And that can be, for example, I did a window cleaning and a power washing for a house a couple of days ago, and the ticket came out to almost $3,000. So that individual that I was dealing with, I'm not going to name any names here, they at the end said, wow, that's a lot of money, which, it is. But we're talking about a house that's a 5,000 square foot house, $6 million home. It's going to come with the territory, right? And somebody that has that level of income is going to want to have that problem solved in a timely manner. They're going to want it done right, and they want it done professionally. So that's why I charge what I charge. When we service these type of individuals, they're not going to give us that much resistance and that much hesitance when it comes to the time of checking out. Mind you, I was dealing with the client's assistant, and the assistant just couldn't put it together because she saw the numbers and she was like, wow, that's a lot of money, but it's not her money that she was spending. And when I was at the checkout, she got all nervous. She said, I see some spots here. I don't feel comfortable spending their money. I don't know how I'm going to feel. So I just reminded her, hey, it's okay. I want the client to spend their money, and I want them to be confident in what they put their money and invest it into. For me, I don't invest money in things that are going to have some type of uncertainty as to what that return is going to be back for me. And I don't want my customers to be in the same boat. So, hey, I appreciate the subscribe. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. So, that being said, that later that night, I had another customer that the ticket came out to about 4 grand. Same day. It was a 20-hour day. It was a long day. Went to bed at 3 a.m. But that whole day I brought in 6 grand, 6K, around that, maybe 6.5. Alhamdulillah, I'm grateful, so thankful for that. But I worked until 3 a.m. My employee didn't want to come and grind it out with me, which is totally fine. But I let her know, I was like, hey, we got the hours, let's do this. But that customer there, she said, okay, that's fine. When can you be there? When I told her the price, okay, you could be there at that time. All right, awesome. So when I came there and I was able to deliver on the service, she said, you know what? Did you run the card already? No, I didn't. All right. You know what? Actually, I could pay you cash. I said, that's a lot of cash. Yeah, I'm in the marijuana industry. I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. So the difference between the psychological, the individual psyche when you're dealing with these leads, these customers, these individuals, it's very interesting when you're a newbie and not realizing your worth. For myself, I didn't feel as confident as when I was at the beginning. Now I do, and I know my worth. And if somebody tells me, "Hey, that's too expensive," I tell them, "All right, peace. It can always be more. I could charge you more for this." But always, always, always have confidence in your price. Always have confidence in the service or the product that you're offering. If you don't feel confident, talk to yourself in the manner as if you were in the customer's shoes. Say, how would I feel if I'm being charged this? And also think about the demographic that you are targeting. For our company, we are targeting high net worth individuals that don't have much time, that need the problem solved now. Those are the people that we want to service, both in business and both on the residential side, or commercial and residential side, right? So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. We've been really crushing this month. Alhamdulillah, I'm grateful for it. I'm so happy. We're getting our employee trained up on some new systems that I'm going to be taking away for myself. I'm not going to be cleaning any rags. I'm not going to be following up with any more leads. That's going to be in the hands of my employee that we're training. And as I'm going about this in this new week of episode 27, that has been the biggest thing in itself, is knowing what to step away from with confidence, so that if the employee messes up, I can step back in, or have somebody else hopefully step back in and pick the pieces back up and put them together. There's going to be risks involved with this. I know it's not going to be the easiest. It has not been easy. I am just scratching tooth and nail to get through all this stuff. But hey, I really, really appreciate this time in my life, and I'm grateful for it. Big shout out to anybody else that is, going into their self-employment endeavor, and they're doing what they have to do in order to provide for themselves, provide for the family, and most importantly, be fulfilled in this lifetime. So if you really resonated with the content, you want to see more, please let me know. I'm going to start another new channel just dedicated to the cleaning space in general. This channel is more going to be just my thoughts, my philosophy on health, fitness, wellness, and business, how it all plays together. More of just a brand channel. So that's what you'll see here. As I'm going about this, though, if you've been watching the content, really just feeling it out and seeing how this is going. So I appreciate you guys' time. Check me out on Instagram when I get back on there. It's going to be a great offer. MAJSAYY. Oh, peace, guys.